guess if you name your band Little, you don't have high expectations anyway. Just one more little story. These little stories are just parts of the history of it. It was 1960, around 1968 when Richie Furay wrote this song. And you'll love this. We have the biggest Disneyland people in the world singing our front row. They've been there 433,000 times. At least. So anyway, Richie had never seen Buck Owens. You guys know about Buck Owens, right? Richie had never seen him, and I grew up on Buck Owens. I'm from Colorado, and every time Buck came to town, you know, I went to see him. And I just thought he was the best. And the coolest thing was he was really country rock. You know, when they talk about country rock starting with Poco or Graham Parsons or anybody, it was really, well, it was the Everly Brothers. I mean, we started country rock except for the Everly Brothers. And, let's see, Ricky Nelson. Elvis. So anyway, wanted to take Richie to see Buck, and Buck was playing at Disneyland. And so we were going to go out to Disneyland. At the time, Graham Parsons was playing in our band. We were rehearsing. We were trying to get our band together, and we hadn't really formed. And Graham was singing with Richie and playing, and it was kind of an interesting thing. And Graham says, hey, I know Buck. Let's all go together. So we went out to Disneyland. Richie and I went in one car, and Graham went in another car. And we got to Disneyland. Richie and I, we went through the gates, and we had our wives with us. He had Nancy. And, you know, we're standing by the big flowery Mickey Mouse thing, and all of a sudden all these, like, guards are running to the gate, you know, with the uniforms and the whole 9 yards. And we, what's going on? We couldn't figure out what's going on, so we went down there to see. And it was Graham Parsons. Graham had just got back from Europe, where he'd been hanging out with David Bowie and Keith Richards. It's a really good combo. And at the time, there was this whole heterosexual, or is that the word? Well, anyway, Graham was wearing a dress. It was a nice dress. It was a long one, you know, kind of cream colored, and he had very tasteful flats. And Graham used to wear that dog collar thing. He wore that all the time, and I think he had a flower in his hair. Now, he was really a handsome guy. I mean, he was, you know, a showstopper. The girls loved him. And so when he's dressed like that, at the time, now this is going to be hard to believe, Disneyland had a no gay policy. Signs, no gays. Guess what they thought Graham was? He's in a dress. So they weren't going to let him in, and he's throwing a fit, you know, and there's this big, huge lady in a blue uniform going, you can't come in because you're gay. And Graham would say, no, I'm not gay. And she would say, you're wearing a dress. You know? And it would go back and forth like that. And, well, finally, you know, Graham got a hold of Buck's management, and they cleared him, and they actually let him in. And I'll never forget walking down Main Street. Graham was pushing, he had just had a baby, or well, his wife had just had a baby. So he was pushing a baby buggy, wearing a dress, and like Main Street would clear. You know, the tourists from Wisconsin and all that, you know, cameras were going off, and it was like partying at the Red Sea. And so we went down there and you know, saw the Buck Owens show, and it was great. It was really great. After the show, we went backstage, and of course, Buck and Johnny Cash was there, and Dolly Parton was there. You can't forget that. So we're backstage, and I know the music had a big influence on Richie, you know, because hearing Buck for the first time was great. And so we're back there, and of course the old boys are giving Graham a hard time about showing up in a dress. And Graham looked over at Johnny and all the buckaroos, and he said, you just wait. This is the biggest thing in Europe. Next year, you're all going to be wearing dresses. And Cash looked at him, and he said, do they have it in black? So I think this song that Richie wrote was really influenced by Buck. It sounds like a buckaroo song. So.